It's the end of another week. You're drained, and you tell yourself this is just life. 40 hours, maybe more. A boss, a clock, 5 days, traded for 2. And it feels ancient, permanent, like humans have always lived this way. They haven't. For 300,000 years, not one of your ancestors had a job, a boss, or a clock. And what they did instead quietly breaks the thing you call normal. Tonight, you'll see why work feels so wrong and why that feeling is right. Start in 1972. An anthropologist named Marshall Sahlins made a famous claim. He called hunter-gatherers the original affluent society. His data came from people like the Dobe of the Kalahari. The anthropologist Richard Lee had timed their days. They spent maybe 3 to 5 hours a day getting food. They hunted about 1 day in 3. The rest was rest. Talking, sleeping, sitting, playing. Sahlins said they were affluent not by having much, but by wanting little. But here's what most people repeating that fact leave out. That number was too clean. It only counted the hunting and the gathering. Add everything else, the cooking, the carrying, the tool making, the endless repairs, and an anthropologist named David Kaplan showed the real number was far higher, 40, even 50 hours a week, roughly the same as you. So that was never the real difference. The difference isn't how much they worked, it's the shape of the work. No boss told them when to start. No clock told them when to stop. No 2 days were the same. Track, gather, build, move. The work changed with the land and the season. It happened outdoors, with people they had known their whole lives at their own pace. Work and life were not two separate things. They were one thing. And when there was enough food, they stopped. There was no more to chase, no savings, no overtime, no stockpile of things to protect. Enough was a real place, a place you could actually arrive at. Then, about 10,000 years ago, we started to farm. It sounds like progress, but a scientist named Jared Diamond called it the worst mistake in human history. Farming did make more food, but it demanded endless, repetitive labor. The varied hunt became the same task, over and over, dawn to dark. And for the first time, food could be stored, which means it could be owned by some, worked for by others. Now, there were rulers, taxes, debts. The idea of enough quietly died. There was always more to grow and more to guard. But the final blow came much later. And it wasn't a tool. It was an idea. Time itself. For most of history, you worked until the task was done. The task was the master, not the hour. Then the factories came. And a historian named E.P. Thompson traced exactly what changed. The clock replaced the task. Now you didn't sell your work. You sold your hours. Bells rang. Latecomers were fined. Your time became something a stranger could buy. Life got sliced in two. The paid hours and the leftover scraps they let you call your own. And a clock never says enough. It only says, again tomorrow. In 1930, an economist named John Maynard Keynes made a prediction. Machines, he said, would soon do most of the work. So by our time, we'd work maybe 15 hours a week. The machines came. The 15 hours never did. We built all the wealth he imagined and kept the hours anyway, running in a circle that never stops. Because the clock, once it started, was never going to stop on its own. So here's the truth your tired body has been trying to tell you. You do not hate effort. Humans love effort with meaning. You hate the clock, the boss, the work with no end. None of that is ancient. None of it is human nature. It's 10,000 years old. At most, a blink in your story. Your mind was built for a different kind of day, one that ended, one that was shared. That exhaustion isn't weakness. It's an old part of you noticing something is off. And it's right. And now you know.